Alright, I suppose you can hear me very clearly, right? So let's begin. Hi, morning everyone. Welcome back to my live broadcast. Today is 3rd December 2020, Thursday today, alright? Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, firstly, about the vaccines. Actually recently, the vaccine stocks, Moderna, Pfizer, and also biotech have been quite strong, right? So can we still chase after them? Okay, and also about energy stocks. Recently, I have talked about energy stocks. They went up again last night, so how to deal with them? Alright, for Singapore market, recently I have shared with you Nanofilm, right? So for this one, still can keep holding. And also, you will find one stock called Sunpower 5GD, right? This stock is interesting. It's quite typical of the Singapore market feature. Okay, so later I will talk about the details. And then the third part will be about the individual stock diagnosis. Alright, so I wrote again in the comment zone just now. If you want to diagnose your stocks later, you WhatsApp me the name of your stock and the details of this stock so that I can give you better advices. Okay, so before we begin, this disclaimer, don't forget. All the stocks mentioned in this video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, no recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own tradings. Okay, so for the market performance, right? So last night, the US market didn't make much progress. It just sideways there, a bit, right? So I don't want to talk about the index again. For Singapore market today also sideways there. Now it went up by 4 points, just a sideways, right? So no much progress there. So we don't have to talk about the index today. Then let's just go straight to talk about the individual stocks. So for the vaccines, right? So actually, yesterday we got this news again. So UK, United Kingdom, is going to approve the Pfizer and also biotech coronavirus vaccine. So, affected or stimulated by this good news, then last night, Moderna, Pfizer, and also BNTX, biotech, right? So biotech. These vaccine stocks went up a lot yesterday. But we can check the chart to see the details, right? For these several vaccine stocks, let's check firstly Moderna, for example. Moderna. It has been quite crazy recently, the rally for Moderna, right? So you still remember when the vaccine news came out? What was the date? When the vaccine news came out, that's here, this upward gap. When Moderna revealed the news that its vaccine is more than 90% effective, right? So that's the day, 16th November last month. After that, we see the price drop first to cover the gap, right? So after the gap is covered, then it stopped dropping further, also at the support of the red circle. Okay, so we say this candle upward gap day with biggest volume, right? So this is a very key candle, very important candle. And let's say the price stop dropping further, and if price can break up the high of this key candle, actually means it might continue going up. And do you remember back at that moment, I already told you about this Moderna, right? I said if the price is going to drop to cover the gap, and then after the gap is covered, and then it turn upward again, maybe we can consider again. You still remember? right? So if the price finally break up, let's say break up the high price of this key candle, right, after sideways there for a while, also get support at the recycle. At the same time, we have the big boys more than 75%. It's quite a lot. So actually, if you want to try to do some short-term speculation, this is a good point to try, so that you catch this 3-day rally, right? And then after that, 1st December, that gap up open again, but close very low, right? Close at a very low price. So this is a long bearish candle. This candle, the pattern not very beautiful. It's a bit bearish candle here, right? Okay, so let's say for short-term speculation, on that day, actually when you see the pattern quite bearish, actually you already can consider take profit for super short-term. You already can consider take profit for super short term, this bearish candle there, right? So after that, that's yesterday, right? So yesterday, stimulated by the good news that UK is going to approve the Pfizer and biotech vaccine, right? But it's not about Moderna. Still, Moderna was affected. Also, this is when the price gets support at the circle. But considering this one is already very high, I don't think it's very safe to, let's say, try to buy again at this moment, unless you are very aggressive investor. Maybe you still can try some intraday trading, or you buy for super short term. And this is for Moderna. It's too high to try, right? And then the other one, how about Pfizer? Pfizer, you see, also the news came out on, this is the day when news came out that its vaccine more than 90% effective. After that, also the price dropped to cover the gap first. I mentioned the same method, right? I said if the price drop, cover the gap, get support below at the rainbow and the yellow rainbow and also the red circle, right? And get support if it turn upward again. So this day or this day is the day you can consider try some short-term speculation. And I also mentioned the half level of this bearish candle. You remember I mentioned about this half level. I said strong resistance. If price can break up, then maybe for speculation you can try. So you see, this is the candle. The price break up the half of this bearish candle. At the same time, we have the big boys increase to be more than 25%. And this is a very good speculative entry point. That's until now. For 3 days, you can get some profit. But you want to chase after it now, also not a good choice, right? Then what is left is this final one, BNTX. BNTX, this one interesting, because for this one we just have the price sideways there previously, right? It's not like Moderna or Pfizer already up a lot for short term, right? But for this one, it's just sideways, and we see the first recircle, right? So if you have missed the first recircle, right, the following day actually is the confirmation to buy the following day, right? And then it dropped the day before yesterday, and yesterday is a small doji. So compared with the other two vaccine stocks, biotech, BNTX, actually maybe is the best one for short-term speculation. And that is why last night I tried to buy some BNTX. Okay, but this is just for play, alright? I'm just playing, and for some speculative profit, short-term speculative profit. Yesterday I entered around $119.43. Okay, so that's my cost level, $119.43. And then after I entered, and in the end, the market closed at $121.09, right? I'm now at a small profit, and I didn't put a lot of money in it, just some small capital there, and this is just for speculation, for play, and you don't try to imitate me, all right? Because this is really really requires experience, and this is quite speculative. I'm just trying to do some practice to improve my own skills, trading skills, all right? So I can try, and if you are let's say a veteran in the market with rich experience, also a very powerful tool like homely software, right? You already been very proficient with your own software, or even you are homely member, all right? You already have been quite proficient with homely software. Maybe you can try, but if you are not homely member, or you don't have so much experience in the market, better not to try. It's quite speculative. Okay, so I entered this one. Reason, compared with the other two, this one is at a lower position, and it didn't go up a lot. If the other two already up a lot, maybe this one in near future also might go up to, let's say, catch up with the other twos, right? With the other two vaccine stocks. And this is one reason. The second reason is because, let's say, the day before yesterday, this is a bearish candle. I checked the half level, all right? I checked the half level of this bearish candle. It's around $118.55. I have tried to buy around that level, but the price moved very fast, so I didn't catch this catch as low as this half level of the bearish candle. So in the end, I managed to enter higher, $119.43. All right, so slightly higher than the half level of this previous bearish candle. So I entered, and then in near future, I'm considering that if I got some profits, I would stop loss. I would take profit, and even if I don't have profit recently, I will stop loss. It's just for playing. It's something, and I didn't put a lot of money in it, just some small amount for some, let's say, speculative profit here. Because I think the probability might be high that in the future it would go up a bit, considering the other two already up a lot, and this one hasn't yet. So that's why I think it might continue going up in the near future. All right, so this is one stock I have traded yesterday to share with you for some very short-term speculation. Okay, then this is about the vaccines, and previously I also talked about the energy stocks, right? So for the energy stocks, all right, so previously I talked about CVX, right? It went up again yesterday, all right? It went up again yesterday, and at the support of the white lines of homely rainbow. But if previously you have bought, right? Maybe you can keep holding this one for medium term to long term. This is for medium term to long term. If you haven't yet bought, and if the price gets support here, right, in near future, it turn to red circle again in near future. And still above the white lines. Maybe you can try again to buy this one. But now it's still white circle, especially for beginners. Maybe it's not that safe for you. All right, and then apart from CVX, XOM, right? XOM. This one, you see, also it's white circle, and now the price gets support at the blue lines of Homely Rainbow. If you are the aggressive investor, right, you see the price gets support at the blue lines, and then you feel that maybe the rising space is here, right, around the white line of Homely Rainbow resistance, last resistance level. The rising space is between the blue line and the white line. And if you think this rising space is it's worthwhile trying, then maybe for those veterans you can try. But for beginners, all right, for beginners, I think better you can, let's say, wait for a safer buy point. Maybe in future it turn to recircle again. That's for short term. And if we are looking for medium term to long term, let's say very safe buy points, maybe that would be when the price go back above the white lines of Homely Rainbow. When the price finally back above the white lines, then better chance to safer for you to consider medium term to long term trading. And for beginners, of course, for those who have bought around the yellow lines of Homely Rainbow, when the price break up the yellow line of Homely Rainbow, if you already bought, already entered, then you can keep holding. Okay, so this is for the energy stocks, US energy stocks, and then for Singapore market. For Singapore market, we have mentioned about the Nanofilm, right? Nanofilm, yesterday it dropped a bit, and today, MZH, right? MZH. Change the Singapore market today. When I was checking this morning, it went up a bit, not much. I don't know the performance now. We can check now. Okay, still around 1.46% of rally here, right? So for this one, if you have bought, let's say this day, right, the big rally day, 9% of rally, then after that you can keep holding. Today you still keep holding. It's quite stable. This one still may have a great potentiality in future. Okay, so can keep holding this one, Nanofilm. Okay, then the other one I want to share with you is called Sunpower 5GD. Why I want to talk about this stock? This stock actually is very typical of the Singapore stock market. You know the feature of Singapore market? I think all of you know. If you really trade Singapore a lot, you know the feature is slow. It's really slow, right? You really need the patience. Okay, so this is the Singapore market feature. And then for Sunpower, if you check its performance, let's go back to the end of day chart for you to check. Why I said it's quite typical of the Singapore market features, because you see, for this one, the big boys, let's say, can be above 25%, around 50%, right? Around 50% most of the times, and no retailer. You see, it seldom has retailer appear, right? So no retailer, and it has been in uptrend. Generally speaking, it's in uptrend all the time, ever since the price break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow until now, right? Okay, and then for this kind of stock, let's say if you trade for short term, you follow the red and white circle, well, you still can get some small profit. You see, every time you follow the red and white circle, right, you get some profit. Every time you get some profit, but it's very slow. It's small profits and very slow. So for this kind of stock, how to deal with? I think the best strategy actually is you hold for medium term to long term. That would be the best way to deal with it, because on one hand, it's quite a stable stock, right? So it's quite stable, quite regular, means you're quite safe. If you take this stock, you are safe. Safety is the most important thing, right? That's one thing. The other thing is, if you hold, rather than buy and sell frequently, you can maximize your profit. Because for this kind of stock, the rally for every time is just a small one. So every time it would give you a sudden big rise, right? Sudden big rise. But after the sudden big rise, there would be some, let's say, sideways or correction for a while. It takes a while for the price to, let's say, to digest the previous big rally or to correct the previous big rally. You see, this feature is quite obvious. Big rally, then after that sideways and crack sideways and then drop for a while, more than 3 weeks, I think 3 weeks roughly, and then big rise, right? And then correction sideways for a while, roughly 2 weeks. Big rally, and then after that sideways for a while. You see, sideways for a while, right? And then big rally again yesterday, right? So this is yesterday. Here was another, relatively speaking, big rally for Sunpower, right? Medium, large, bullish candle. And then what do we expect? Today, the price maybe would drop a bit. And in near future, maybe it would just sideways there. It would just sideways there for a while, and then next time maybe suddenly give you another big rally, well then rest for a while again. So this is the regularity of this stock's price movement. Alright, so it's quite interesting, and it's quite typical of the Singapore market. It's quite slow. You really need the patience to trade this kind of stock. And the best strategy to deal with this kind of stock would be you find a proper entry point for medium term to long, and you hold for medium term to long. So let's say this is the best entry point for medium term to long term trading when the price firstly break up the white lines of homely rainbow and retailers gone completely. Let's go back for you to check. The price also break up the previous sideways platform, right? Break up the sideways platform. Big boys increase significantly, retailers gone completely. So this is the best entry point for medium term to long term trading, because previously medium term to long term downtrend, and we call it birth of dark horse long term bullish reversal, right? So enter, then you keep holding as long as the price remain above the yellow lines. You keep holding all the time until now. Alright, so what if I have missed this best entry point here, right? Never mind, the market would give you another chance. That would be, let's say, for this correction here. This correction here, we can consider it as a significant correction. Why? It's a significant correction because the correction lasts for a while. How long? Ever since here, this is August 13th, until here, that's October 5th. So roughly, if you check, this is roughly 1 month and a half. 1 month and a half correction is long enough. It's a very long time correction, right? Although the price change, we say maybe not that much. It's not a very big price change rate, but the time duration for the correction is, relatively speaking, big one. So this is considered as a significant correction. So after a significant correction, if you go the first red circle, right, and retailer disappear completely, and then the second day you got the confirmation to buy because the close price is higher than the high price of the first red circle, right? So this is the confirmation to buy this day. So you can buy, just buy this day. You buy, keep holding. Wow, correction come, doesn't matter. I will ignore because I'm planning to hold it for medium term to long. So I will just keep holding. Why I can do it? Because you see, for this stock, the correction usually would not be a very forceful one. It's just some sideways or small drops. So that's why I can, after I bought here, I can consider keep holding. Because I know even if it turn to Y circle, there will not be a very big or very forceful corrections, just some small sideways or small drops, and then it will turn to red circle again. So you can means for medium term to long term trading, you can ignore the red and Y circle because it's a short term indicator, not medium term to long. So I just remove the circle, focus on the homely rainbow blue lines. We buy here, we keep holding until now. Okay, so if you do it this way, you see your profit is, let's say, 35%. You hold for 42 days, 3 months roughly, right? 3 months, but you get 35% profit. Do you think it's a good deal? For me, I think I would take it, right? So it's actually quite good because you are quite safe. This kind of stock, no big volatilities like the US, a lot of US stocks. It's quite stable, quite safe, always slow, but you hold, then you can still get quite handsome profits in, let's say, longer, relatively speaking, longer time. And this also applies for bank stocks, Singapore bank stocks. Let's say if the market medium term to long, Singapore turn to bullish, right? It is reversing to medium term to long term bullish. We are at the reversing process. We're in the reversing process, right? And then for banks like DBS, so now we're actually waiting for the correction, right? So if the correction come, well, then after that, really we hope the correction, the bigger the better, right? The best it maybe touch the yellow line and get support, turn upward again. Maybe we can happily buy the banks again. Of course, if you already open position when the price break up the white line, both of that cost, you can just keep holding for medium term to long. This is how you can maximize your profits for such kind of a stable but a bit slow stocks. Sunpower actually is quite typical. And the other type, which is also typical of the Singapore market, would be the banks. And talking about in the medium term to long term bullish market, if it's bearish market or volatile market, the banks, no chance, no good chances. But if market already quite bullish or it's already reversed to bullish, then you hold for this kind of stocks. That would be your best choice to maximize your profit. Alright, so that's my sharing with you today. Do we have stocks to diagnose today? Well, today I don't get stocks, so means you don't have stocks to diagnose today, right? So if no stock to diagnose today, I will call it the end today. But call it a day for today. But before we finish, right? So I have announcement to make. This weekend, all right? This weekend we have seminars prepared for you, and these 3 are open for public ones. And yesterday one already you missed it, but this weekend, Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. This one is conducted by me. Alright, I will teach you how to select the strong stocks at the year end. If you don't want to meet the chances by the year end, you can WhatsApp me to register for this seminar for free. Alright, you need to WhatsApp me your name so that I can register for you for free. I mean you are not a Homely member. If you are already a Homely member, you can just go ahead and attend this seminar. You will receive the Zoom meeting ID and password. But if you are not a Homely member, you need to WhatsApp me to register for free. Alright? This is the Saturday morning one in English conducted by me, and also Sunday afternoon 2 to 4 p.m. we've got another seminar. This one is in Mandarin. It also talk about the same topic, but different lecturer, different methods, different point of view. If you also can speak Mandarin, also can register for free by WhatsApp me. Alright, you WhatsApp me, then I will register for you for free. Alright, so that's all for today. And if you don't know my WhatsApp number, I'll show you again. This is my WhatsApp number, right? 6592312307. You just need to WhatsApp to this number, then I will register for you for free for the coming seminars this weekend. If you don't want to miss the chances at year end, come and register for free. Okay, that's all for today. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.